Welcome to Novelish Universe, where pages come alive and story touch the soul. Step into a realm of sorrow and love and fate, where every word whispers emotion and every moment leaves a mark. Let your imagination soar. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for regular updates on new novels. Today, we begin a powerful journey with the novel Risking My Life, Proposing to Miss Hazel. The story begins now. Chapter 31. The next afternoon, two of Caden's employees visited the general store. Coincidentally, they were single men around my age. I could tell because there were no rings on the fourth finger of their left hands. They greeted me warmly and politely, living up to the reputation of being well-mannered employees of the Bazaar Merchants Guild. "I'm Luke. I look forward to working with you." "I'm Elvin. I've heard a lot about you. You really are as beautiful as they said." That was the problem. Single men, friendliness, a little bit of flirting, these were enough to make Felix act like a dog. Without hesitation, my brother bared his teeth at Luke and Elvin, threatening them. "Urgh. Brother, please." Fortunately, or unfortunately, it seemed he remembered they were business contacts. At least he didn't bite. I pushed my brother back, who looked ready to pounce at any moment, and managed to greet the bazaar employees. "Ha ha, my brother is a bit unstable. Don't mind him, he won't bite." "Probably." Luckily, Luke and Elvin were as kind as Caden. They laughed heartily and spoke as if defending my brother. "I have a younger sister too, so I understand." "Exactly. Anyone would feel uneasy if they had a sister like Hazel." But Felix's guard didn't relax at all. Truly, he was a brother to be embarrassed about showing off. I held Felix's arm tightly and pointed to 3 boxes stacked near the entrance. "You can take these 3 boxes at the entrance. The one at the bottom contains an extra bouquet as a bonus." I silently signaled him to move quickly, and the perceptive merchants began moving. "We'll check the items first." "Of course. Can you check them quickly?" "Yes." Luke and Elvin's hands moved faster, sensing the seriousness of the situation. Even as they crouched down to inspect the prototypes, Felix's eyes remained sharp. "Brother, don't act like this. They're just people we need to deal with. They didn't do anything to you." When I spoke gently, his mouth popped out like an ugly little bird. "They both look like potatoes." "They do, but not dirty potatoes." "Different?" "Yes. Totally different. Long ones are for fries, hard ones are for throwing. Completely different." While we exchanged silly small talk, Luke and Elvin seriously inspected the prototypes. They exchanged a meaningful glance and said in unison, "Oh, huh?" Someone should reflect on this. My heart skipped a beat at the comment. Was it directed at me? Why? Thankfully, it was only a moment of doubt. Why can't other Venue designers make designs like this? Even their label printers are old-fashioned. They probably can't do full color. A true craftsman doesn't mind the tools, I guess. The bouquet bonus is incredibly well made, from the shape to the ribbon choice. Perfect. And if Hazel handled everything from product planning to label design, genius. Caden was right. Me? A genius? I blinked in confusion. Of course, my ideas influenced the products, but without my brother and Baron, they wouldn't have been finished. It felt like someone else took the credit and I became a genius. But Felix muttered proudly as if he didn't care about that at all. "Our Hazel really is a genius." He nodded happily, then suddenly warned me. "Hazel, don't let praise get to your head. Men can say things like that just to get a woman's heart." Okay, please be quiet." He speaks so loudly sometimes. Tax check complete. Living expense check complete. I slipped my hands into my money bag and smiled. Tomorrow, 30 silver coins would be taken for taxes, so I wanted to enjoy the small happiness while I could. As much as I unexpectedly earned, the household finances didn't improve much. I got 2 dresses and better meals, but that was all. I had to save every coin because I didn't know what might happen next. At least I splurged on one thing: my brother's blanket. A soft, fluffy new cotton blanket, untouched. Looking at it neatly placed on the worn sofa, I felt proud. Though it was a bit strange, my brother rarely used blankets, and we couldn't buy a bed, at least he had a proper blanket now. Hazel, what's this? When my brother came home, he immediately noticed the new blanket and tilted his head. I sparkled with excitement. A new blanket? I know that. It's a gift. Felix frowned slightly. He hated spending money on himself. I quickly added, trying to shut down any complaint. Just take it. You said I could buy whatever I wanted. But it's almost summer. Why buy a winter blanket? Use it as a mattress if you want. Winter items are cheaper in summer anyway. You really talk well. He sighed, a sign of surrender. Feeling triumphant, I teased lightly. Use it tonight. Don't kick it off or you'll get scolded. Yes, yes. Cover even if you sweat. Okay. His words were casual, but his actions were precise. He covered himself fully and whispered softly, Thanks, Hazel. You like the blanket? Of course. Your little sister's the best, right? Yes, our little sister's the best. His calm voice in the quiet night made my heart warm. I feel proud. I knew I'd have a good dream tonight. Listening to the blanket rustle, I closed my eyes happily. Sniff, sniff. When I opened my eyes again, I was crying. Wet tears streamed down my cheeks. I didn't know why I was crying, yet I couldn't stop. Through the blurry vision, I vaguely saw a luxurious room. Crystal light shining like starlight, soft cream-colored wallpaper, intricate gold moldings, velvet-covered elegant furniture. I was in a high noble's room, like something from a painting. The door opened, and a man with dark red hair entered. Seeing me cry, he hurried over and gently stroked my cheek. Hazel, why are you crying? Axel? Don't worry, you know how much I love you. Axel hugged me softly, and I cried into his arms. Then, as my sobs faded, the white marble of the room seemed to engulf me. Ah! I screamed and woke up from the dream. Staring at the familiar wooden ceiling, I blinked in disbelief. The absurd dream replayed vividly in my mind. I shook my head repeatedly. No, I'm not crazy. Even for a dream, that's too much. Wait, what? Me? Loving Axel? Even if no one else existed, even if we were alone on a deserted island, even if only the two of us were left in the world, there's no way I'd fall in love with the Lord's Son. I hate this so much. Maybe because it was tax day, today's nightmare was especially harsh.
Chapter 32. Hazel, will you stay home today? It's tiring if you run into Axel. I was eating white bread with butter and raspberry jam and paused to think. Today is tax day. I'd be losing money to Axel and getting into trouble with him, and I'd also be worried that Felix might attack Axel. I took a bite of my bread and looked at my brother with suspicious eyes. Brother, can you stay calm in front of Axel? I'm not someone who can't control myself. As long as Axel doesn't bother you, I can bow and smile anytime. You're not drinking anymore, so you won't get into trouble. Don't worry and just stay home, okay? Normally, I would have ignored him and gone to work, but today I wanted to listen to my brother. It was because of last night's dream. You know how much I love you. Ugh! Axel's voice suddenly flashed in my mind, making me shiver. My brother jumped up in surprise, too. Was it a bug? No. Worse than that. I hugged my pounding heart and sat back down. Even the sweet smell of the bread couldn't calm me. Today, I was strange. If I met Axel like this, I wouldn't be able to stay calm while listening to all his nonsense. Okay, I'll stay home today. I set aside the taxes so you can take care of them. Felix's eyes widened at my obedient answer. He expected a longer argument. Really? You mean it? Technically, I wasn't trusting my brother. I just didn't trust myself. No, let's think positively. If Axel and I aren't together, my brother won't get triggered. If Felix stays calm, Axel can't do anything and today will pass peacefully. I just had to enjoy a rare day off. I gave my brother instructions. If Axel provokes him, he should deal with it, and otherwise just stay quiet. I also made a plan in case Axel insisted on finding me. I have a fever today. I can't eat anything, and I'm lying in bed barely alive. You're really smart, Hazel. I am a little. My brother looked at me blankly and put his cold, big hand on my forehead. His eyebrows slanted. Did saying that make it real? You really feel like you have a fever. No, I was just angry. As soon as my brother left, I sprinkled salt behind me. It's a method Grandma Lisa taught me to ward off nightmares. I wasn't sure it would work. Go away, Axel. I called out Axel's name as if chasing away an evil spirit while sprinkling the salt again. Axel Cromwell. Even hearing his name gave me chills. Our bad history started 15 years ago at Cromwell Castle. Hazel, go to Cromwell Castle, don't look back and just run. After being separated from my brother during the chaos of the war, I finally arrived at Cromwell Castle. The castle in the mountains was peaceful and beautiful compared to the chaotic village below. But for me, gray hair and yellow, devilish eyes, how ominous. You devil, go away. It was a hellish place. The whole castle looked at me with contempt, even threatening my life. Still, I couldn't leave. I had to wait for my brother because he said he would come. Seems like a young, dark wizard. Should we just kill them quickly? Careful, the magic might spread if we touch them. They'll starve if left alone. Contrary to their hopes, I didn't starve. I could find half-burned bread and rotten apples. But my survival through petty theft didn't last long. The people at Cromwell Castle burned the places I stayed and threw stones at me. Thunk. A stone hit my forehead and rolled to my toes. Hot blood mixed with tears ran down my face. At the center stood a young Axel with reddish-brown hair. I'll never forget his sharp, murderous gaze. After settling in Luden village, I thought I'd never see him again. You're the devil's child from back then? 5 years ago, Axel started collecting taxes in Luden, and our bad history began again. It would have been better if he just looked down on me like he did as a child. His teasing and harassment were even worse. He's just spouting nonsense, saying I should move to Cromwell Castle for protection. I shook off my thoughts of Axel with the salt on my shoulders and collapsed onto the bed. Even though I wasn't really sick, lying in bed until late morning felt strange. The warm sunlight and quiet air felt awkward. Sometimes you need a day like this. I hugged my soft blanket and buried my face in it. I knew my brother was probably paying the taxes now, but I wasn't worried. Not because I trusted him, but because the villagers would stop him if anything went wrong. If he tried something foolish, Mrs. Monica might even smack him. Sleepiness washed over me, and I drifted into a nap like a leaf in a stream. Luckily, I didn't have a bad dream. Next time, I'd sprinkle a whole bag of salt if needed. Knock, knock, knock. I woke to repeated knocking. Blinking, I barely got up as a panicked voice called me. Hazel, are you in there? It was Michael, the village doctor. Why is Michael here? I tilted my head and shuffled to the door. Creak? When I opened it, his hollow eyes were close, rolling with a crazed light. I gasped and stepped back. That face never got easier to see. Michael is called the Grape Spirit because of his thin body and bright eyes, but he genuinely cares about patients. He sacrifices sleep and meals to treat people, which explains his appearance. Sir, what's the matter? He tilted his head and asked curiously, I heard you were sick. Oh. Only then did I realize what had happened. Someone must have told Michael I was sick, so he came to our house. But the problem was, I'm not sick. He didn't fall for my act. I nervously tried to explain. I just woke up and feel better. Did someone send you? Instead of answering, he kept looking behind him and then left hurriedly. Okay, good that you're better. I'll go now. Yes, take care. As I came out to see him off, A voice I shouldn't hear came from the opposite direction. Ahem, good to hear you're feeling better, Miss Hazel. Chills ran from head to toe. I tried to hide at home, faking sick to avoid someone? No, it can't be. Axel? Why is he here? I turned, hoping it wasn't true, but what I saw was worse than any nightmare. Reddish-brown hair swayed in the cool wind. His gaze pierced me as if looking down. Axel Cromwell. The young lord who should be collecting taxes was standing in front of our house holding a bouquet of roses almost as big as him.
The end. Thank you for wandering through today's tale in the novelish universe. If the story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join our growing realm of dreamers. Until we meet again, keep your heart open and your mind enchanted.